Yeah, my name is Samson Ogiamien. I was born in Benin City and raised in Benin City, which is now part of Nigeria, the Kingdom of Benin. And I belong to the royal dynasty of the Ogiamiens on my paternal side, and on my maternal side, I belong to the guilds of the royal bronze casters, which still practice the bronze casting tradition today. And this bronze casting tradition has been in existence since 13th century. I mean, actually, since 13th century, it was before the royal bronze casters were scattered all over Benin City. And in 13th century, they were now assembled at a particular street called Igun Street. And they called themselves Iguneron, which is the royal bronze casters of Benin Kingdom. I was also influenced by this culture and the tradition, of course. So as you can see in my artworks, and you see the reflection of my culture and tradition in all my artworks. Although I also walk between African tradition and European everyday life. That means European reality. So most of my artworks is either semi-abstract or both traditional and contemporary artworks. I am very privileged to be part of this exhibition. And as you can see, my capsule here, my space of exhibition, it is called Seyama, which means to remember. Memory, put in bronze, cast in bronze, to remember, also to document history, due to the fact that we never really developed a written script. So this is how we, document our stories and our history through this bronze casting. The piece that is in this exhibition, one is the Iyagbo mask and one is the freedom of choice, and both are contemporary and traditional artworks. The Iyagbo mask is originally designed, not just the mask, but it was a whole package of project which Meg co-produced, and we had the opportunity to display this theatrical show here in Meg. It was a project that I have personal connection to, and based on the current topic of restitution that is, hovering around the globe, the repatriation of Benin artifacts. So the idea came in to a kind of approach it in an artistic way, and while thinking of this, I got to know the theater company called Onirikon, in which we now like a kind of dialogue together, and then in the end I came up with the sketch and the design of the mask. This mask is also not just representing that topic, but also depicting the miniature or the little objects that you can see in most museums around the globe on the head of the mask. So, and I didn't just want to cast the mask in Europe and then start this European tour, but rather me and the director of Onirikon went to Nigeria and to Igun Street, my mother's family, and we did the bronze casting there together and bringing it back to Europe to dialogue with the artifacts in the European Museum. So when we introduced the project to MEG, they accepted the project and they co-produced the project. And this mask means, so much to me. I'm so much attached to the mask because the mask was casted in the spirit and in the method, technique of the ancient Benin bronze casting. Yeah, the collaboration with MEG has been on 3 stages or 3 levels. And the first collaboration was my research work, and I was invited to do a practical workshop where I possibly display how these artifacts were being created. So the process of the creation of those artifacts in MEG collections. The research work actually took me some time to contact family members, the elderly people from the palace, and to, in their view, what these artifacts represent, in their own terms, how they were used and how they were being handled. So I got several reactions, and the one that struck me the most was the bells. So there are 2 different kinds of bells. As you can see in the Seyama capsule, one of the bells, it is being used to contact the ancestors during occasion or event or ceremony. But the bigger bells has its own different meaning, and which I never knew before. I was told that the bigger bells, it is actually being worn by the army general of the palace, and that whenever they are prepared for war, so these bells, they wore it marching through the town, and the sound of the bells, which is called then Découvrez, Découvrez, due to this sound, so the bells was called Découvrez, Découvrez. So the smaller bells, I asked what could that represent, what is the name of that, and they said that is called Eruru, and which is the second collaboration level was the workshop, and the top collaborative aspect between MEG and me myself was the production of Ogiamien's mirror. So Ogiamien's mirror is still an ongoing project, and like I said, MEG helped to co-produce Ogiamien's mirror, or the video that came out of the theatrical play of Ogiamien's mirror can be seen in the museum space. And then, of course, the Ogiamien mirror, it was designed, to kind of sensitize, the public, the problems related to African heritage in European museums. And so basically that is what the Ogiamien project is for. And then of course the Ogiamien's mask, which is still very, very relevant today. It's also both traditional and contemporary artwork.